Welcome back to our Coming to Heroes 2 replay for the Wehrmacht. Anyway, for this replay, our opponent is immediately going to quit. This is a 4v4. I usually don't do 4v4s. Now, I was watching a YouTube video, and I kind of forgot I was playing Coming to Heroes, so I'm going to be AFK for the first 5 minutes. That's okay, because I want to talk a little bit about City 17. I kind of want to do some of the newer maps. Anyway, I'd like to point, and this is going to be my sector. If we look at it, we have a victory point here. You can do this by doing Alt, by the way. We have a victory point. We have some critical key buildings. We have 4 of them around this We have 4 of them around this strategic point here. And then we got a fuel down here. And then we have this other industrial area right here with a building. And this building can be very critical because this building, you can look out pretty much to the field here and guard it from there. And so if you put a machine gun or two in this giant factory, you'll be doing a decent amount of damage to the unit that goes there. So generally with four people, you're going to have, as you can already see, one guy's pretty much going to go, Relic Section COH, he's going to go over here and start fighting against the AI. This victory point's kind of interesting because you have this building here, and you have these buildings. Usually it becomes a mortar war sometimes, and if you get a machine gun up here to kind of, if you can hold them back here at the player, you'll be doing a lot of work. But it's really critical that you got to cover your flanks here. Like when I was playing one of the earlier games, I put some barbed wire here and a mine or two, and I caught a panther. So it's very important that you cover your flanks here with barbed wire and mines, especially because guess what? If you're heavily fortified here with anti-tank guns and machine guns, besides the fact they're going to get some mortars and stuff, wish there was like a unit cam. I know these guys realize they're probably not equipped to fight conscripts, but he's sending more guys in. So you pretty much want to get some defenses. If they were strategically up here with the machine guns and anti-tank guns like I was talking about before, you're going to want to maneuver your troops around to the flank and come in and hit them from behind. So that's an area you have to watch out for. I'd like to point out that the grenadiers for these guys, I think it's, yeah, it's him. The grenadiers for this guy, you pretty much have rifle grenades. That's one of your best options, especially if a unit's in cover. And also, if you can actually put units here, you can actually explode these, so you have to be a little bit careful. So that's a good way to drive off. And this guy, Aeroscas, he actually recognized me toward the end. Which is kind of cool to be recognized in a game. I kind of think of myself as a normal COH guy, and just to be kind of recognized is pretty sweet. So I add him to my friends list, and we'll try to put him in a game at some point. So let's figure out. Monster is here, and Relic Sucks is there. Okay. So Monster and Relic are actually focusing on this victory point, while they're leaving my ally that's on my side, 4JBT, 4JTB, on this side. So as you can see, he's already got the mortar up. Now, German mortars do not seem as accurate as regular Soviet 80mm mortars. Really like 8 centimeters versus 82mm. It's a little bit bigger for the Soviet mortars. Meanwhile, I've made no moves because I'm still AFK at this point. It's kind of a bad thing. As you can see, this guy's actually Russian. Look at all that, legit Russian. He's going to be my biggest opponent here right now. He's going to actually, he's going to secure this area, and he's going to put these machine gunners here to cover that. As you can see, we already have the, still haven't moved yet. As you can see, we have the Soviets advancing. A lot of different troops here. Just a ton of... This guy spammed infantry. Look, he's already got 4 conscript squads out. Anyway, it's really important that you get this strategic point here. I think there's only 1 fuel on this. I'm gonna kind of do a video about some I want to do a video about some early strengths and weaknesses and kind of talk about some basic rules for new players. One of the things I would suggest if you're a new player is get into a bigger game. It's a very good build, by the way. Get into a game with a lot of people so you're not just on your own. Look at this one conscript. And yeah, no, he's not there anymore. That was a mortar. He's already got 2 German snipers out. Very interesting. By the way, if you're using a scout cart and you have nobody in it, don't get too close to these guys so they can launch a Panzerschreck at you. Because that's what will happen to your car. Okay, now I'm like, okay. Welcome back, Codman. I've chosen the assault support doctrine, where I got my artillery officer, which I haven't used yet, pretty much. I got my cargo truck, which I'll try to utilize in this. Strafing run, utilize. I'll use my bombing run. I will not have enough fuel for the tank. So with all the munitions I have, I'm kind of not sure what to do with these guys. Because if you look on my map, I can see that they're probably going to take this. He's really kind of exploded. They've heavily fortified this area with a machine gun and another machine gun and a mortar. The mortar's not in that building. Look how sneaky this mortar is. He's like hiding behind the mortar. So I figure my opponent's probably going to have a lot of I'm actually starting using my munitions to upgrade. I'm really liking this light machine gun upgrade. Now remember, your guy has to stop to use a light machine gun, so that can be a detriment. And so my first opening moves, I'm seeing that my opponent has a lot of conscripts. Not surprised, I've been kind of pushed back. What's really surprising though about my opponent is the fact that he doesn't have anybody else except this one conscript. I guess he didn't see any resistance. You can see I launched a rifle grenade there. And, you know, with a machine gun 42, MG42, and the rifle grenade, we were able to kill 4 out of those 6 conscripts. I'm now going to bring up my machine gun to help support me. So I want to kind of focus a little bit on this side in this video. Of course, no, I mean, not like, well, I do want to kind of show my side. So keep in mind that this is a great area right here to mine if you're the Soviets or the Germans, or vice if your opponent's on this side to mine over here. Keep in mind though that you want to put like an MG somewhere in one of these buildings. I like this building a lot, and this building's okay for the victory point. This is a really good building because it can see the victory point, and it pretty much covers this whole area. I've even gotten my own sniper out, just kind of nice. So I got my own sniper out. We're starting to push back. I'm kind of like, here's what I'm doing. I'm kind of waiting with my grenadiers. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he had like a Maxim or something out there, because as you can see, I can't see. So I'm getting one MG set up here to cover my flank, in case any guys are over there. And then I'm moving this MG to support my infantry as they go take this. So I'm using my MG42s to really support my infantry in this battle. And I'm going to have my sniper moving up to help kind of support also. Now the big issue between me and Ford JT, one, they didn't talk to me. It's kind of a communication issue. And I don't think that monster should be helping Relic, because Relic's going against a computer player. Oh, that's pretty sweet. They're on top of the building here. This game looks epic when they're like up really high on this. So I don't think Monster should be even bothering helping. He's going against an AI. Meanwhile, look at this. Look how many men they have. 3 machine guns, mortars, barbed wire, another mortar. Anyway, we're kind of shooting at those guys. I notice he has a lot of conscripts, so look, I'm just going to get some Panzer Grenadiers. They're going to do a lot of work. And it's good to keep your guys moving. I'm not quite sure what that was. I believe that was a mortar. That had to have been a mortar. So seeing the mortar, I'm going to start moving up. I'm going to try to throw a bundle grenade at it. Hopefully the Maxim can't see me, but it will. So I'm going to have to try to chuck a bundle grenade while under fire, and hopefully not going to get attacked by the Maxim there. So I'm going to throw the bundle grenade. I'm going to withdraw. That killed about half the mortar crew, which is good enough for me. So what's kind of interesting is, at this point, Wombo quit, which is a little surprising for this early. But the reason I'm still showing this is, 1, I don't have a ton of footage, and 2, his ally, this Russian player, is supporting him fully. I mean, he's going to start maneuvering a lot of his men away and start trying to push on me. So I'm really fighting 2 versus 1. So I'm bringing up my pack. As you can see, I've kind of got a strong defense area here supporting this. I see that, 1, he's got a machine gun in here. I'm really wanting a machine gun to help cover my flank there. But I'm running these guys in the middle of the open to try to get rid of the scout car. Keep in mind that scout car got heavily damaged by my machine gun. So that's 1 down. I'm going to start taking back this point. I would really love the fuel, but I've been noticing that I've been flanked a lot by the computer here, which is kind of nice to see the AI do that. I'm trying to upgrade. I'm going to be looking for a tier 2 upgrade at some point, but I'm trying to reinforce my troops to get the back up to the front. I have a very small front line right here. Look, they're trying to throw a lot of Molotovs at me, so I have a very small front line. Once again, continue to use some Panzerfaust under suppression, fighting to start withdrawing some infantry. Once again, if your infantry are ever pinned, just get them the hell out of there. They can't do anything. As you can see, Russian snipers. I gotta pull this guy back, but I don't think I'm gonna see. I think he's actually gonna go down, and I'm gonna lose this squad here. I remember picking up the MG, so you can see I'm getting flanked a lot. So keep in mind that even though this is a computer, a human player could easily flank you. So you have to keep some kind of presence here. So I'm getting sniped by the snipers, which isn't very fun. I'm getting a mortar out right now. A good way to counter heavy tier 1, I gotta get this guy the hell out of there, which I do. So by seeing that, I'm trying to run my sniper up to take out some of their snipers, but then I see 10 conscripts, and I'm like, oh. Now, if I had to withdraw him here, he would have been killed, because he would have been running right in front of these guys. So I'm going to turn my MG around, and have my sniper help support me up here. So these guys are going to run into my sniper and my MG. So these guys are in deep trouble. He's going to start taking some of those guys out. But as you can see, my machine gun got wiped out up there, so I've lost my position up here. I mean, I didn't realize this was a computer until a while, because the way he was tactically moving his men around me was pretty impressive. I mean, the scout car kind of showed it. But once again, this guy is gonna, his Russian ally is gonna start doing some stuff, realizing that, you know, I'm not there. Realizing that it's just that no one's gonna attack his heavily fortified position. Look at him. It looks like he has a special ability on this guy. Seems like some defense boost. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, I have my pack here. I'm kind of worried about a tank. So this guy's getting sniped. Or yeah, he's getting sniped by the snipers who are just out of his range. So I got to pack on before he gets sniped. So I pretty much kind of lost my my front line here. So keep in mind that you can get flanked easily on this side, and you know what, if your enemy's strong right here, don't attack them necessarily right there. Anyway, I'm kind of angry at these guys, so I'm going to go right after them. Keep in mind, you can just do this with snipers. You can just run right up there and throw a bundle grenade or something like I'm going to do here. Just going to throw a bundle grenade right on these guys. They snipe one more, I'm going to run away, and boom, both of them are gone. Remember, snipers have very limited health. So at this point, I started to realize that with all the light vehicles the computer makes, that it was actually a computer player there. Meanwhile, you can see Relic and COH2 sucks, like just pushing back these guys here. They have a lot of anti-tank. Is that even a captured pack? No, it's a... So trying to get rid of this once again. I'm going to come back to my side in a little bit, but I kind of want to see this side here. So massive infantry. Keep in mind, this is Aeroscat's first game, so it's kind of interesting. This is a deadly combo. You have the half track with flames, and you have the scout car to counter any Russian scout car. So it seems like a suicide thing. Keep in mind, he is in negative cover for most of this. And these guys are almost dead, but they've killed 17 Russians. So the scout car, good use by the scout car. And you know, the light vehicle is able to really counter massive Russian infantry. And maybe if I didn't have all that stuff, I would have been able to do that also. As you can see, he was able to throw a satchel charge, I believe, there into the scout car. So that was good, but he lost a lot of infantry. I mean, it's just really hard because these guys are really experienced, these Relic guys. I would not waste the manpower on that, but he's going to do it anyway. I guess he's trying to get rid of the Russian anti-tank. So one of the things that this team did that was a mistake was this guy's not doing anything for his team. He's really not. He's literally sitting, not even on a victory point or anything, right? He's sitting on a fuel cache that he built. And here's where my fortune's going to change. I got my Veterans 2 Panzer Grenadiers, and I have my first Tiger, and my first Panzer out. And I've noticed that the OS1 is very effective. One, it's good at taking out airplanes if your opponent has a lot of air support up, and it's also very effective at taking out infantry, but I'm going for the versatility of that for the Panzer Force. So we're going to start moving up, and guess what? We're going to take this territory because, one, the computer's not anything to stop me. But at this point, he starts switching over some force, so this is why I'm showing this replay. The computer's kind of giving up on this sector, and he's going to start pushing up forces, even as an... That's a computer, then SU. So, you know, honestly, with my Veteran 2 guys setting up on the fence here again, Veteran 2 Panzer Grenadiers and my tank here, I'm completely fine for this Maxim just to start taking me out. Trying to take out my tank there because it's going to do fine. Unfortunately, I did not see the tank here. So it's going to be a little too late for me to see my Panzer IV. I think I'm looking away at production, but I'm actually going to let my tank die here, which is not very good. So I'm actually going to lose my tank here in a second to this SU. So that was a little disappointing for me there. As you can see, I'm even keeping troops around here because I'm just getting infiltrated by the AI down there. Once again, massive strong point, tons of manpower, just a total waste of manpower there. And I mean, you just need one Panzer. And I mean, even a strafing one. I'm going to call a strafing one on there at some point. Now we're seeing kind of a Russian counterattack on this flank here with Relic. And we got some T-34s. Now, keep in mind that a T-34 takes about 2 of them to take out a Panther. Notice that my pack can see this guy, but does not have a clear shot, so I have to move him up. I also have a Panzer IV. So I'm just going to start sniping those guys. Meanwhile, they've made a concerted push in the center here. Keep in mind, you want 2 T-34s to take on 1 Panzer IV. One of them you want to ram it, and then the other one you want to obviously shoot in the back after it's kind of immobilized. You can do that for Panthers too, so in numbers are great. So I'm going to go up to the fuel here. I want this fuel for my team here. See, we're under maximum fire, so I'm going to try to maneuver my men this way to try to get them out of the range of the line of sight of those guys. The Su-85 fell to my pack. A lot of infantry around here. Mostly, well actually, yeah, he does have Constor here, so big waste of manpower just to tie down on a kind of a worthless position. So you just lost a Panzer IV, and you just lost a T-34 to a Panzer IV here. Keep in mind you're going to want some basic engineers like he has, pioneers, engineers, so you're going to call them up here to start. And one of the best things the Germans have in Veteran Z1 tanks is they have Blitzkrieg, which allows them to get their tank the hell out of there. At this point, I am trying to get a... I kind of realized we pretty much won this game. Especially because apparently we're fighting against 2 AIs, which I didn't realize. Because that other guy quit. I'm not sure why my guy quit. I don't remember the exact time he quit, but maybe it's after I got that first pushback. And guys, don't quit. Don't like leave your team by himself. If you're getting like, I mean, I can understand, like, I try to fight to the end unless I have to go do something. But your teammates are relying on you, and the AI is just gonna make your team lose more and more likely. Plus, if you're losing, destroy as many tanks as you can. Get as much XP for yourself as you can. So you can see the Russian here is going to start maneuvering. The Russian player here is going to start getting some tanks. They're going to try to counterattack me here. Meanwhile, Germans, 4 JBT or whatever, not smart. I'm calling in a strafing run here to try to help him. But surprisingly, it's going after the buildings and doesn't do anything. But with the 3 anti-tank guns there, he should really just pull back. You're going to need some heavy artillery. What would have been really good is a Panzerwerfer. That would have been good. As you can see, he's starting to maneuver into here. And I could have upgraded these guys to the Panzer Shreks, but just wasn't worth it for me. And we're going to see this T-34 going to... the way he maneuvered it was pretty poor. Like, its back was to us, so we got a first shot. And this gun will not penetrate this frontal armor. As you can see, it's bouncing off. It's doing very little damage. We're going right through the sloped armor in the T-34. He's going to try to ram here, and I got him out of control. And look at that. It was like, I'm going to ram you. I even had these guys here ready to repair. So that's kind of failed. He's got a mortar up here trying to attack me. What would have been good is I had a bombing run. And then the AI is kind of running around with their stuff. You pretty much push them back to their base here. We got some Panthers. So we're just trying to... We have all 3 victory points pretty much, right now. So that's all we need to hold. And see, these guys are like partisans behind my lines. So another cool unit. I've got my truck here. This will pretty much increase my income. So it has to unload, of course. A great counter to this would in fact be the T-17. Look at this. Look at my sniper. He like wants to literally die. Now I was gonna try to call my bombing run on these guys. but I figured they were moving and I lost sight of them. We also have this little anti-tank thing here. So it seems like the most of this battle is just trying to stop this guy from... Oh, something hit them there. He's trying to stop them from their fortified position here, because we all have all 3 victory points, and we're very comfortable in our lead. So, I mean, this wasn't like a absolute slaughter, but the 2 AIs quitting on them definitely helped. So I just pulled back my panzers to kill the penal troops here. I don't know what that's shooting at. Oh, it was shooting at that. Okay. So as you can see, we just literally rolled over right over that thing, and we got another T-34. This time the Russians really trying to like support these guys with armor. I could not see any logic for fortifying this much. Like when I was on this side, I'd fortify like 1 machine gun, 1 anti-tank. I mean, he's trying to make this. What are these? Fascinating. It seems like. Let's go to him really quickly. He doesn't even have field infirmary. Who has field infirmary on their side? Arrows doesn't. None of them have field infirmary. Does this guy have field infirmary in the computer? No. So I wonder where those medics came from. Because it doesn't seem like they should even have them. So I'm just pushing toward killing some Russian resistance here. Really not too much. Mostly just the AI still. The AI seems to be way too focused on light vehicles. We've had that problem since the beta stages, right? And a lot of support. I was pretty impressed that I'm like, yeah, it's definitely an AI. He's kind of trying to maneuver around my anti-tank, but he got his back to us, and he's pretty much in trouble. So I got another veteran crew. In fact, I only need 5 more of these veteran C3 crews, and then I get like a big, I think it's like a damage boost or a production boost for Panzer IVs, because I love using those. You can see he's making a concerted effort to try to get through the our front lines here and try not like to take this stuff back. And he's neutralized that one at least. And I don't want to move my machine gun. I want to try to get as much XP as I can just by killing a lot of Russian infantry. This is pretty good, to be honest. This vehicle against infantry if you use it correctly and protect it. But it's really not good against armor. It's like a light infantry there. And that's when it was over. We got the maximum number of victory points there. Good game to our opponents. It was nice to meet Aerosgazov's first game. Keep that in mind. And he didn't do too bad, actually. So keep in mind, if you're a new player trying to join larger games, you stand a better chance than if you're on your own. So if you guys enjoyed that replay, I finally got an officer just for fun here at the last second because, I don't know, I didn't really need him too much. Anyway, Con 221 sign if you enjoyed.